Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus year video game enthusiast and industry analyst. And today, for November 18th, 2025, I'll run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, etc., etc. Interesting morning. I get up super early, so I'm already doing stuff. But I guess there is a main provider of most internet services like Cloudflare or something like that. And I think it went down. So there's a lot of internet stuff down, like Twitter's down. The chat integration with Meld is down, although I can just still use the YouTube chat, so no problem there. But I think it's interesting. All this stuff happens, but hey, we could still talk gaming. I think that's like the cool thing about this. So, yeah, interesting stuff has happened since we talked last. So I think yesterday, and Autonomous, what's up? I know you were there for that. You were helping me out. I was playing that House Fighters Total Mess. And I had already beaten it, but there's just one more achievement I needed, and then I had to something to have to do with a duck. So not only did Autonomous find out the level to go to, but then he kind of explained. Because I guess I was so focused on the ducks, I didn't realize there was the bronze, gold, silver, whatever for medals you can win based on how quickly you go and shoot the ducks. So we nailed that, but during the show I couldn't do it. But then not right after show, maybe an hour or so, I had 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to jump in and try again with using again the slowest plane, because when I'm turning, the game's controls are really finicky. You can look up anywhere, but most people agree. There's a little charm to that. It makes it hard to control the plane, but the slower plane, it's easier to control because it's a matter of you have to collect the missile. While moving, hold down the button until you can fire, let go, but turn so that the other ducks are in your field of view, not in your crosshair, but field of view. And you have to pick up the ammo, shoot the ducks. Anyway, I was able to do it, I think, on the second try, maybe, when I tried it again. Got it, and actually let me, I might as well share that screen. There we go, right there. House Fighters Total Mess. A fun 3 hours and 22 minutes. I spent $7 on this. I recommend this. I think it's on PC as well, but I just got it on Xbox. I like things like this. I'm so lucky I was able to find enjoyment out of it. Just because I didn't know what to expect from a $7 game that's also aerial combat, because you never know how that's going to play. So I got to say, that was cool. I did play a little bit of, and I guess we're jumping into it. Or wait, no, let me go back because I'll talk more about that. Some other stuff first. Something cool came in the mail yesterday. And this is Kyo Kusanagi from King of Fighters. This is the King of Fighters 98. This is a 4-inch action figure, the 3-point, or I guess the scale of Star Wars. Star Wars or G.I. Joe, popular for that original scale. Now things are more popular at 6-inch scales. So companies like Joy Toy and Haya still make things at the scale. This is super awesome. It's super articulated. It might need actually a full proper review because there's so much to it that I haven't even got to yet. Like, for instance, this is its box. It's like the size of any kind of 6-inch figure, but it came with so many things. Again, I'm not going to do a full detail right now. That might be another video, but for instance, it came with these 2 additional stands for him to do some aerial stuff or for some of the, and this is the crazy stuff. See you, Chris. For instance, this goes on his fist. So some of his, his specials, his supers that he could do. You've got the finger pointing that he does. And some things I don't understand, like we do have this that's I guess where the health meter would be or something. And then this type of flame, it's from his different moves. Which it's really cool. It's amazing. And alternate heads. I think Joy Toy makes the ultimate action figures in this line. And this is where, I got to be honest, I do think the Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection figures are good when they're doing the whole new sculpts. But the problem is they're inconsistent. Only some figures look good. Some figures are just bad. But with like Joy Toy, every figure is made with that same engineering, so it looks good. And I think that's kind of the difference I'm getting at here. And it's kind of annoying. Like, I would love if Hasbro came out with their Star Wars Vintage Collection line in a box like this, because that meant not only did you get the figure, but maybe you got a droid, maybe you got alternate heads, alternate hands, different weapons from the Star Wars universe. That's what would make them exciting. And the other thing too is Joy Toy has done this with Space Marine figures that I have, and the Warhammer 40K Space Marine, and then the Ninja Turtle figures they have. Joy Toy is my favorite action figure company at that scale, even though Haya makes those Alien and Predator, or they did, and I love that scale. They're very good quality, but not to the degree of what Joy Toy can do. So there's that. Okay. Another thing I happened to get, now this was an early Black Friday sale on the Apple website. Normally I wouldn't care for that, but it's a controller I've always wanted, and they had it on sale. It's from the company Cracked. They make if you're familiar with like the Switch sort of controller dock thing they make. And what's interesting is they have an app, and what you do is they all have NFC chips. So the back of their controllers, you scan them, and then it tells you what you have. Like, my white Neo S is 101 out of 2046. I have a Glacier blue little Adams, like a small, tiny Bluetooth controller, and it's number 3000 out of 6000. So they're pretty cool. And, another reason I got this was because I feel like this is good. It's so weird with games and controllers. I tell you, sometimes I've gotten to the point when I'm playing video games that I prefer some controllers for some games. This is really good for retro games that have modern stuff going on. For instance, I'm using this on the Apple Arcade right now to play the Castlevania Grimoire of Souls, and the analog stick is required, not the D-pad, for movement. So having it placed like this, but still feeling like a retro controller. Also, just because it looks cool, and it comes with a dock, which is really nice, USB-C dock, and you can plug it in, and it charges, and voila. I mean, this is just nice. I have this in the living room on one of our end tables, and it just looks nice there. You know what? The Husky found my wife found one of the Husky toys that makes a lot of noise in the closet. The Husky's got it. I don't think it's too loud. It could come in here, but I think it's pretty funny. Okay. I think. Oh yeah. So that Neo S, it also came with like a little controller sleeve thing to use, which, well, there's one other thing, but this is for Gundam. It's the Hyzak Federation colors with really cool effect parts. I'll be doing a review of that. I'm going to explain. Okay, we could jump into the games I've been playing. So yesterday, I talked about I got the last achievement in House Fighters Total Mess. Bloodstained, I turned it on, and then I decided there was something else to do. It was something outside or something at that moment. I remember. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Wow, my doggy dad sense really kicked in there just now. Normally, I don't have to worry about. Normally, the dog just chills, the Husky, but I had a sense of something, and she was getting into something. I'm proud of myself. Anyway, Bloodstain didn't play one outside. I want to get back to that, but okay, Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I have never actually beat. Or no, that's not true. I've beaten Castlevania with emulators, but I haven't beat it on. If there's an official way to play it, I prefer that over emulators. So technically, I haven't beat Castlevania, the first one, by any official means that have achievements. And so I'm trying to do that with the Anniversary Collection. The thing is, You can't do rewind, which sometimes it's like, oh, I just need a rewind to get through. That's how I beat it on the emulator. But this one doesn't have it, but it does have save states. And the thing is, it's like these games are really hard, but you can take your time and actually get through it. But there's this balance that comes over me at some point with these older games. It's like, okay, do I need to start doing save states? Because I'm not going to sit here much longer. I'm not going to redo this too much. I mean, it's fun. I get it. Yeah, it's interesting. I think with just so many choices of video games today, I am willing to do save states when before I wouldn't. I mean, before rewind, like even playing Castlevania with the rewind feature, I wouldn't have done that back in the day when that was a thing. I think it's only been in the past like 5 years or maybe more, that I'm liking the save states and rewind, or maybe less than 5 years. But anyway, so this is a way to do that. Castlevania Anniversary Collection for the first one, no rewind, just save states. I want to kind of get the achievement that I've cleared it through the means in which Konami legally allows you to. I don't know. And then I want to go through and do that with the rest. There's only 14 achievements, and I just want to, document that I have beat these games. I think that's it for what I've been playing. Yeah, it wasn't really too much yesterday. It was just here and there when there was some downtime. Okay. So this is cool. Filming underway for live action Legend of Zelda adaptation. So, and the photos are amazing. It was yesterday after the show, either right at the end of the show, right after they released the photos, and they look fantastic. Okay, there's just the one. There's another photo. Legend of Zelda movie photos. Like this thing, I feel like is gonna be huge. Here we go. Here's some better photos. So like that is a great look for a live action Link. They're nailing everything. And it has that Breath of the Wild style, or is that Breath of the Wild style clothing? I want to do a comparison. Let's do Twilight Princess Link. I'm almost thinking okay. It's like I want to rule this out because we see under the green tunic there's the brown and the light brown. Oh, oops, hold up. Oh man, sorry guys. Wrong button. There is the dark brown and the light brown. Yeah, even though let's do Breath of the Wild. I mean, I love Twilight Princess, and I remember I didn't actually play it initially when it came out. But yeah, if we look at Breath of the Wild Link, it's the bluer tunic, and it doesn't do the brown and the light brown underneath. It just does one. So I mean, that's one. So it could be it's still going to be more in Breath of the Wild, but I love that his outfit is more of the Twilight Princess style Link, because Twilight Princess was sort of an attempt to make a realistic, darker tone, if that makes sense, sort of Zelda. So, I forget what Link's Tunic of the Wild looks like. Let's is that just the Breath of the Wild one? Or does it happen to be? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you unlock this. But it doesn't have the dual layers underneath like the Twilight Princess. And it could just be they're going to go with Twilight Princess look just because that is an awesome look. So very cool. Very cool. Okay, so I'm excited. I feel like one thing I will say about movies, and I think directors that are able to really understand this, is about tone. So Dan Trachtenberg talked a lot about it. That was kind of what I was getting at with Jim Mickles being the one to get Gundam, and then Wes Ball with with Zelda, and it seems like the through line with all of these directors is they understand just how to have a tonally sound movie where it just the whole way through it has that verisimilitude within the flow of everything. Like at not one point are you pulled out, or it's like, well, that doesn't fit here, which is very typical. That was a big deal with Marvel movies for a while. Predator Badlands, excellent with it. There's some parts that almost did the tone shift, like when they introduced the alien as being like a little friendly buddy, but they pretty much got away with it. So um I'm excited. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I just think I don't know when it happened. Like I even remember when I first got with my wife, she got me this ring that had the Triforce on it because she knew I like Zelda so much. And what's interesting is when I first played Breath of the Wild, I wasn't too crazy about it, but then I got into it and loved it. But I think looking back, it's not anything to do with it being Legend of Zelda that I liked Breath of the Wild. I was just like, oh, this is a really cool gameplay mechanic system. And so I think from there, I lost this essence of liking Link or Zelda, that world, because it seemed like I was disconnected from that with this game. And then playing Twilight Princess, or not Twilight Princess, Tears of the Kingdom, even more, it further went away from like feeling like I was Link on an adventure and more into like, here's this cool game system. So, and maybe that's on me, but I used to really, 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 really be into Zelda, and it kind of went away after Breath of the Wild, even though I like Breath of the Wild. It's a very interesting thing that happened. There's less of this adventurous spirit of this boy that's almost a knight in medieval times style thing going on, but Buff Farm Boy, Twilight Princess, Link, all of the Links. Yep, I totally agree. I have the Hylian Royal crest tattooed on my right shoulder. Wow. Okay, so big Zelda fan also. So you get it. You get it. That's cool. Anyway, excited about this movie. Completely excited. Okay, I think I jumped ahead because oh no, yeah. Okay, check this out. Sales of Asus Xbox ROG Ally X exceed expectations. The firm is now working to ramp up production and fill the demand gap that exists. So I was not expecting this, although I'm not surprised, because what we're seeing with high-end devices is it seems like people are still buying them. And when I say high-end, I mean even when the prices go up, people are still buying this stuff. So it it's interesting just because even more, it cements even more when I or anyone is on Twitter looking because you're looking for video game information. Then you start seeing interesting conversation. A lot of times that stuff is so off, especially with the negative connotations a lot of the conversations have, what's about, well, they can't do this because this. And then you realize all of this stuff is fake because you look at something like this, you wouldn't think the sales of the ROG Ally would be amazing. Isn't all this stuff going down the drain? And let me check something real quick. And so, okay, let's see. We believe that we have achieved our original goals of premium positioning, creating a new growth driver in our gaming segment. That's why we released our third generation ROG Ally last month. It featured deeper collaboration with Xbox. Yeah, that premium. If that's interesting, you can target premium and still make money. Still make money. Still make money. It's an interesting thing that's going on because either you have a premium device that expensive but premium, or if you have like a cheaper device and it's just it lacks premium features. I think people just don't care as much. I wonder if that's what's going on. And I don't mean something like the Series S versus the X, or a PS4 versus a PS5, or that type of thing. I just mean like premium. Because the ROG Ally is a premium device for a PC gaming handheld, especially with those handles on it. It's amazing. So, let me see. Any other? Okay, as a consequence of the better than expected launch, Asus expects its Ally range to generate between 96 million and 160 million this current fiscal year. and then approximately 130, 160 million per quarter. And that's just that the ally range is going to generate. Wow. I tell you, you would really think if you were researching on Twitter that this couldn't happen. And it's very cool. But this kind of goes in line with like when the Steam machines come out, the new ones, it should sell well. And this is just great for gaming in general. So okay. I don't know if there was really anything else news-wise I had to discuss. And it's not even a game, really. I'm going to check some things real quick, see if there's something I can... But I think... Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. I'm going to end a little early, all, but I'll be back tomorrow with some more. So have a good rest of the day. We'll talk later. See you.